how's it going, Nerd Ryan? And today we are going to be discussing Hawkeye. So I literally just finished it. It's like 10 o'clock right now. And I wanted to review it right away before I start getting anything else about it, so my opinions are cleared. So, first we're going to talk about the overarching story, then each episode, then the characters, favorite moment, least favorite moment, which might also be sprinkled out when talking about the toy review, or episode review, and just an overarching story, 6 days before Christmas. So, Yelena, aka Natasha, spoiler, and the Ronin costume. Along the way, he meets Kate Bishop, who is basically an amazing archer fighter, basically a protege, and or prodigy, I guess a real word. She's also Clint's protege, but yeah. Anyways, so they have to try to solve everything out, and this is spoiler. Kingpin is the one running everything, and they basically have to kind of fix everything. Clint could go home and see. So the first episode kind of just establishes who Kate Bishop is. And the second one is more about like Clint and Kate meeting and working things out and everything like that. Then the third episode is basically them getting away from the Suit Mafia, which is kind of the main bad gang or of the whole show. And it's probably got one of the best chase scenes ever, but we'll talk about that during my favorite parts. The fourth one, I think, is them more kind of planning Hawkeye planning stuff back together, and then Kate running through. The one, I think actually the end of the fourth one. Yeah, at the end of the fourth one, we're introduced to Yelena. The fifth one has Kate and Yelena meet and everything, and then introduce Kingpin at the end. And the final episode is basically big Marvel final episode. What's nice is the same. This is a story. It is like not world ending, but it affects a lot of stuff when you kind of see the final battle, because there's a lot of people in the Tracksuit Mafia. So here's about as many as I could think off the top of my head, because I'm going to spoil the show, but I mean, this is as good as we've seen him. I don't even really count Thor. They're an Arrow and like two, but also probably out of all the original members. But my Marvel right now, remember. But I really like Ultron. This is better than him in Age of Ultron. Kate Bishop is also amazing. It's you're just I'm excited and stuff, and I'm just excited to have a fresh take on a new character. And honestly, like I said, Clint's great in this, but she's better. And then next we'll talk about Kate's mom. I think is the actress's name, but Kate's mom is one of the most untrustworthy people in the show. Which, funny enough, Jack ends up being good. Yeah, both those characters were some of the most untrustworthy characters, and one for good reason, and then the other not at all. Jack was definitely a red herring, which was great. Next would be Maya, who is Echo, who's getting her own show. Great character. There's only one issue I have with her. I think she was great, and I'm excited to talk about Yelena. Yelena and TV shows and everything. And one of my scenes, honestly, is just her and Haley Steinfeld sitting there talking. And like, these two have great chemistry together, and just I hope that we get a Yelena Black and Hawkeye relationship like we did with Clint and because I mean these two just work off each other so good, and I hope that we end up getting to that point where like an Avengers movie or some crossover event where these two are just like communicating with each other and it's just bouncing back and forth. That would be great. Next, we will talk about Kingpin. So it was a great one episode. It's great to see D'Onofrio return, but if I didn't see the shot, we didn't see anything. But if Echo killing, they said how much of you. I didn't get any of that. I was waiting to be jail or bringing up something level, which is fortunate because seeing Kingpin in No Way Home just got me so hyped, and then you kill off Wilson Fisk. Hopefully they didn't. Hopefully she just like shot to wound him so she can like kind of in a messed up way. But it really disappointed me. It really points me that they like between seeing Nerd Ryan telling you. I mean,
No. Oh no. No. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I hope they show up.
What is happening?
We just got here. You ain't gonna do it. Oh. No way. No way.
No, they're doing a thing like where he gets blinded. He's not dead.
Yeah.
He's not dead. But why would they do that with the people who don't know that? I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan. I get it. I'm not a fan. We gotta talk about this. Welcome back to New Rockstar. Hawkeye's finale was not what most fans were expecting. And whatever you felt about this episode, we are still left with the question of what exactly happened to Kingpin, what exactly happened to the show, and what the hawk? Or we really should say, what the owl? Because, you know, why did they just make it a hawk? You know, are owls any more native in Manhattan than hawks are? Look at that movie. If you find an owl in Central Park, hawks might be harder to find. Missed opportunity either way. And a terrifying fate for those shrunken tracksuits.
I know.
You know what owls do to the prey that they kill? It's a horrible death.
Their limbs are not going to be where they used to be at.
It's, to me, one of the most horrific MC deaths was Frank in the first Ant-Man movie. When he was shrunk into a little puddle of goo. It still haunts me. This is right up there with it. I hate when they just leave shrunken people shrunken and then that's the end of their life. Well, anyway, this is Inside Marvel. It's New Rockstar's weekly Marvel reaction show. This week we are reacting to the finale of Hawkeye. And this episode get a lot of mixed reactions on social media. While we tend to be Marvel appreciators here at New Rockstar, it's true because Marvel just gives us a lot to appreciate. And I think there was a lot to appreciate in this episode, but I think it's fair to say compared to the previous 5 episodes, it didn't kind of feel like it was an episode of a different series. Some thoughts as to why that might be the case, whether you had a lot of questions coming out of this finale, or if your only question is, why did people like this as much as I did? Don't worry, we're going to be here with answers. We're going to work through it together. Oh, by the way, I'm Eric Voss, and I am so glad to be here to talk this through with NT.
What's going on, buddy? Dude, this episode was kind of crazy here and there, but like, I had an overall good time. You know.